Today I'm going to teach you how to sew a simple Japanese style apron. Here is what you will need. Pattern printed out, cotton or linen fabric for the child size apron 1 yard, for the adult size 1.5 yards. Thread in a matching color, ruler, measuring tape, scissors, sewing machine, chalk or erasable marking pen, pins, tape, iron, and ironing board. Let's begin. On each corner of the pattern piece you will find the directions for what column and row they belong in. Tape papers together flush without any overlap. I found it easiest to first tape the papers into columns and then tape the columns together to form your pattern. You will then cut out the pattern pieces from the paper so that you can pin them to your fabric. I am making a pattern for my 14-year-old who is petite, so I will be cutting out the extra small adult size straps. Next thing you will need to do is iron your fabric. Lay fabric out folded. The main part of the apron will be cut on the fold. Pin down fabric pieces for the main part of the pattern and the straps. The pocket will be cut out from one layer of fabric. You will then take your marking pen and mark 1 inch from all the edges of the apron. When you get to the underarm section, you will need to measure with a tape, marking every inch or so. Using the markings, fold fabric on the inch line and iron down on all sides. Then open the fabric and fold in the edge of the fabric to meet the iron fold mark. This will make your hem. Begin to pin the hem at the top of the apron, moving on to the sides and finishing up with the bottom. When the edges are all pinned, you are ready to sew. Sew down the hem around all edges. Now you will trim the threads. Then iron all the hems flat. You will now work on the pocket. Take your pocket fabric piece and mark 1 inch on top. Fold and iron just like you did with the body of the apron. When you have finished that, you will need to measure the sides and the bottom of the pocket at the 1/2 inch and fold and iron. When you have ironed all sides, pin the top of the pocket hem down. Take the pocket to the sewing machine and sew the top of the pocket hem down. I like to sew it twice to give it a finished look. Trim threads, fold the pocket in half and press with your iron to create a center line. Now take the main apron piece, fold and iron a line at the corners that are at the bottom of the underarm section. Now, pin the pocket piece, making sure to line up the center and top lines so that the pocket will be straight. Next, you will sew down the pocket, making sure to backstitch the edges of the pocket. When finished, sew down the middle iron line, making sure that you backstitch on the top and the bottom of the line. Now for the straps. Take each strap, fold in half, and iron. You will then sew each strap on the open edge to make a tube. When finished, you will need to turn each tube right sides out. When possible, measure and mark the straps before sewing to make the best fit. If you are making it for someone else, you can just use a 1-inch hem on each end of the strap, ironing and folding it as a hem as before. Now pin straps on the back of the main apron piece, crossing in the back, making sure that there is nothing twisted. Once you have pinned, you are ready to sew and secure the straps. Attach the straps going around the folded hem on each strap. Trim, thread, iron, and you are finished. You can leave the apron plain or use embroidery to personalize it with a name, quote, flowers, or any other design of choice.